So if you heard Tony speak through the Capital Markets Day, he talked about how Siemens is transforming into more of software as a service, accelerator as a service. Accelerator is a brand. It's a service that goes along with the solutions. It has got nothing to do with Solid, by the way.
Okay.
It is a service that goes with many products. So how does this relate to what we do? And we'll talk about that. So, to forward. So we generally, when we talk about digital twin, we think about a digital twin in the context of product. So, and I'm not going to go through those pictures because they're brand pictures. Dan talked about it. There are 3 themes that we work, and it is, for some reason, it is putting a subtitles on it. So I have no clue. I have no clue. That's cool though. So comprehensive, personal, and flexible. These are 3 things that are in the future branding of Accelerator, and that's where we are going to. And Share is just the vehicle for getting you to that stage. And when we generally think about digital twin, we think about the product, right? So how do I have my physical product and a virtual product? And that's why design tools, simulation tools, manufacturing tools come in picture. So here, actually we are not tackling product per se. We are talking about digital twin as it relates to process. So there are several things that we do in our life. When I started my career as an industrial designer, we used to use clay model in a lot of things. You know, even in the basic communication, right? So, you know, in the next generation, if you ask them what is CC, they probably won't know that is carbon copy. Probably with our generation, I'm hoping that everybody had the memo pads with the carbon copies to share, and you know, the next generation won't even know what is this CC. And so that's also a digital twin. So it's a process digital twin. So how do you get your small, medium, large, complex, not so complex processes into digital manner? And last year, I think it was last year when I talked about model-based definition, how it is going to help companies to get to that, some of those challenges that we are facing. So the question comes, you know, what are those small things that we can tackle, and how Accelerator Share plays into it. So if you look at the scenarios, and you know, during the pandemic, it's actually getting affected too much, or even without pandemic. You know, in these days, teams are all global. The ecosystem is broad, is global. So you need to communicate, you need to share, you need to have mechanisms outside the formal PDM, PLM systems to communicate, collaborate with others. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of regional and domain knowledge. So how do we tackle this without breaking the bank, and is still maintaining some kind of security that we want to be taken to? So what is, and I'm going to limit this to a few slides, and I'll show you some things in real life, and we can talk about it. So Accelerator Share is a service that is offered with the products. It can be an X, it can be Solid Edge. It can be team-centered. And it offers several things that are offered as a service. So I'm listing here one by one. It offers you cloud-based storage. It offers you functionality that is very similar to, if you're familiar with Dropbox, right? So it's a file syncing service. So you can have a automated secure backup program. It offers you permission-based, so some kind of check-in, check-out, not necessarily to replicate what Teamcenter can do, but it's a good permission-based system that can avoid multiple people overlapping on each other, right? Stepping on each other's toe. It offers you a bit of task management, so you can assign the task, you can monitor the task, you can do a little bit of project management. So it's always a balance. So this is something that goes along with the product. So it's a basic thing. Some things are engineering specific. So you can do markups, you can do augmented reality, you can do scaling, you can pack and go, so sharing, all those things. You can do messaging. So, and it works alongside your EDM system. If it is Teamcenter, it is Teamcenter. If it is Solid Edge built-in data management, it will work with that also. So that's the basics of Accelerator Share. So Accelerator Share is a service. It's a service that will eliminate some of those smaller, lower-level digital twin process issues which you encounter in the system. So here it is. And then you see, it is based on a web-based, so it's a device-independent system that you can use it on any device without any application on it. So it's basically it's a cloud application. So here you can see, and I'll show you something's going on, and probably I'll play this video to just explain you, to get you going, and I'll show you in the real life. So what you see here is an Accelerator Share system, which is a kind of a web UI that you are accessing. Think of it like a Dropbox interface. So where you have your projects stored, and the projects will also have storages, so file systems. So you have your projects, your owners, your actions, your revisions, and then all those reside in a secure cloud-based system. So, and you can decide how many projects you want to really bring it down to your own desktops, because it syncs, right? It syncs with the cloud and brings only the projects that you want to your desktop, and rest resides on the cloud. If you want all, so be it. So you can always do that. So in this case, you can see there's this Piyama coffee machine and dishwasher. These are the projects. And basically, these are very good systems when you have ad hoc collaboration. So it's not necessary, or even if you have Teamcenter, when you are dealing with suppliers or customers, you still need collaboration. You still need secure collaboration. So in this example, it's actually showing how that Piyama coffee machine is rendered. This is totally, you don't even need any Solid Edge or anything on your system actually. So it's server based. So you can share your files in pretty large assemblies with your customers or even your own team members, right? So you have team members, they don't necessarily have license for Solid Edge, but I want them to know, hey, for this, I know you saw this part in the 2.5 axis CAM. So I want to send you a note to a shop floor person that, hey, look up, this is the part, I want to share it with you. Maybe you have to work on CNC routine or maybe material reduction. So whatever that is. But that collaboration that not necessarily needs the tools. What we need is feedback. So these are task-based systems you're assigning a task, say, so Mr. and so, could you please look at this and tell me what do I need to do? Or alternatively, if they have Solid Edge, or the tools that they can use to perform that task, they can do that too. So you can assign a task saying, hey, designer number 2, I think you should be doing this, and then the task gets assigned and executed. So there's several use cases. I can list so many that I'm sending a program, my CAM program, to the machinist. I can send it through accelerator share, saying that performing, assigning a file and a task, saying that your G codes are ready. Could you please look up and go on. So that's what predominantly it does.